Hello YouTube, back once again with my iZombie reviews, and here we are with episode 14, Eternal Sunshine of the Caffeinated Mind, and this was another fantastic episode of this show. God, this show is, I'd definitely say this show is more consistently good than, both Flash and Arrow, this episode, well, first, the brain of this week eats the brain of the most overly optimistic and kindest human being ever, and all of that was really funny. Just seeing how legitimately happy Rose McIva looked this entire episode, that was really funny. Just how she just clashed with Clive, who always looks so depressed and annoyed with life. I just love that. Just when they're looking at the jar, and and then it's just like it's half empty, and then I was like, I prefer to see it as half full. That was all really funny. Robbie trying to hit on one of the workers at the coffee shop. The woman who was killed with Zone, and then just getting really annoyed when she doesn't know what Star Wars any of his nerdy references are. That was all really funny. That was all really good. That also, though, this episode did something really interesting for the case of the week that this show has never done before. It was really interesting. They do not get the killer in this episode. They figure out who the killer is. Just the killer outsmarts them. So basically, she gets her boyfriend to take the fall for her, and she just basically gets away at the end. That was actually really interesting, the fact that this show did that. Brain was really funny. The Brain was really fun this week, and the actual investigation was also really good. But there was tons of really great plot beats at this episode. Everything really felt like this first half of the season was just building everything up, and now everything's starting to come crashing down now, because God, everything is already starting to come to a head. One, you learned Liv's boyfriend, who works for Blaine and the boss. It turns out he's actually undercover. He's an undercover cop trying to help bring down the boss. So that was interesting revelation for this character. I wonder what that's going to lead to. Also, though, the other big events is concerning last week's episode, that they finally got the proper tainted utopium, when Robbie tries to make a second dose of the cure. It ends up just turning a mouse into a more violent, like, murderous zombie. So they're still struggling with making that cure, and even though it was kind of fun, it was also almost really, like, nerve-wracking, just when you saw just Major just, like, staring at Robbie, just like, please tell me this is gonna work, please tell me this is gonna work, and Robbie's just like, please, you just gotta be patient here. I thought that was all really funny. Even though it is pretty dark, since he's very aware he will soon turn into a zombie again and then die. So there was that. So at the moment they still do not have a proper cure, so that was interesting. Also, though, the other big thing of this week, there was two big things that happened at the end of this episode. One, the boss figured out that Blaine is the one who's trying to Blaine's the one who's trying to make another utopium become like a new boss lord, and so he captures Blaine, and he gets Blaine to go to kill him. And for a moment there, I was just wondering, like, is Blaine really gonna die? Like, no, they couldn't do that. But no, then, like, they slit his throat and throw him into a grave. I was just like, did they really just kill Blaine off? Like, I mean, he's a horrible person, but he was such a fun, enjoyably charismatic horrible person. I'd be really sad if this was honestly his end. But then no, turns out right before he died, the cure started to wear off on him, and now he's a zombie again, and the episode ends with him rising from the grave. So Major probably doesn't have much longer till he becomes a zombie. So this is all getting very interesting. But also, though, the other big plot point that happens this week, and it was actually kind of fun, enjoyably meta, is basically Major, who knows that he could honestly die at any moment now, just goes to Liv to confess, maybe his love for her, his fact he is undercover at Max Razier. He finally meets Liv's roommate, the red-haired woman. I forget what her name is, but there was a very meta moment, like right before he confesses everything to Liv, just Liv's roommate, the redhead woman, just shows up, and then I just love Major's face, like, oh shit, no, please, God, no, and then Liv said a pretty funny meta line, just like, oh yeah, this is my roommate, Major, I can't believe it's taking this long for the two of you to meet. I was just, and Major's just like, never mind, and then he walks out and accidentally calls her by her real name. I forget what her real name is, which it was pretty amazing. Then just seeing Liv then just completely flip out, just realizing that this woman was the one who was screwing with Major and all that, and like the one sending the text, and just like, I'm not sure if she's aware that she works for Max Razier yet. Maybe not. I'm not sure yet. But then she basically throws her against the wall and just say, "You're moving out of here now, you bitch." I was like, yeah, that was so satisfying to watch. But this does leave the question, though. Did Major unintentionally drop her name, or was he just trying to be unintentional? It seemed like he was unintentionally dropping her real name, trying so Liv would know. But I'm not sure. Either way, though, it was a really great episode of iZombie. Really interested to see where the plot continues to go. Really good plot points, really good brain of the week, really good mystery case of the week. So, just a all-around great episode. YouTube, as always, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.